Good morning. Hope your day is going well so far. Mine is so far. Life is full of surprises. Um, anyway, I'm going to make a breakfast casserole this morning using these two biscuits. I bought a bunch of really cheap two biscuits for like 50 cents each at grocery outlet a few months ago, and I've been freezing them. And about every 2 weeks, I take one out and make something different with it. So I'm going to be using these. Some Dollar Tree sausages, 2 packages. Eddie likes his food meaty. I have some American cheese. Oops, holding these all in my hands. Some American cheese from the Dollar Tree, mainly because I know it's going to melt, unlike those shreds that they say they don't melt well. Plus some eggs and some milk to mix the eggs in. So let's get started. As you can see, have unrolled these from the tube. I'm cutting them in fours, and as I do that, I'm throwing them into my greased pan, my greased casserole dish, just like that. Just going to keep cutting them and putting them in there until it's all filled up, and I'll be back when that's done. Well, after I put my biscuit pieces in the 8.5-inch casserole, I realized they was not going to be big enough. There just isn't enough room for those biscuits to grow. So I pulled out a larger casserole, the 9.5-inch casserole, and I'm going to be transferring my biscuits in there. I've already got this greased up, and let me get that done, and then we'll put our sausage in. Well, here's what 2 packages of Jimmy Dean sausage links look like. So they're already cooked, so I'm just going to go ahead and cut them up and throw them into the casserole, probably more than one at a time, and then I'm going to cover it with cheese. Just going to sprinkle it in, just like that. All right, here I am with my American cheese, meltable, and I'm going to open up the package. These things they're like the tube rolls. They're sealed for an atomic attack. Nothing will ever get in. There we go. Oh, good. All right, that's off. And I'm just going to lay them on top of the casserole like that. It says to, if you have shredded cheese, to sprinkle it on top, but this seemed to melt better than the Dollar Tree shredded cheese. So I'm just going to go like this. Probably 4 will probably do it, and then there's plenty left over. I think we're going to put another layer on top after we add the eggs. There we go. I might cut up another one and make a strip here on the side. I think that's what I'm going to go ahead and do. So here we are, completely covered with cheese. I think it was 6 little squares, four whole squares, and two of these ones cut in half, so our entire casserole is covered. All right, so I'm good to go here. I have 4 eggs. I'm going to beat those up a little bit. These are really nice eggs. I got them from my neighbor who, I get my eggs and my honey from her. She does it all on site, very local, around the corner. So anyway, but you can use any eggs you want. So I'm going to mix those up. And I'm going to add 1/2 cup of milk. And as I've mentioned before, I do not use fresh milk. I use powdered milk for all my baking. So let me add that. And I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this. And I'm going to go ahead and mix that all up. I have preheated my oven to 350. Eddie's already come in to see what's going on because he's hungry, but it'll probably be another 30 minutes. So I sent him back out. So I'm going to pour this over the top, just like that. Just pour it over everything, evenly distributed. And then they say to add a little more cheese on top, so I think I'm going to do that, even though it looks pretty cheesy to me. Not quite sure what happens with that, but we're just going to add more cheese. I'm just going to add a little more cheese. Maybe make some cheese like this in a triangular shape. And we'll see how that all comes out. All right, so here we are, and I'm going to put it in my 350 oven, and it says 30 to 35 minutes, so we'll see if they're right or not. Here we are. I just took it out of the oven. It took probably about 45 minutes, but bear in mind that I'm using a toaster oven because I don't have an oven. It probably would take less time with an oven. But it puffed up nicely. I've stuck a knife in it a couple times, and it looks like it's cooked all the way through. It says to leave it set for about 5 minutes, and then I'm going to serve it up to Eddie. Here it is, ready to serve up with Eddie's favorite buttered toast. Let's go in and see what he says. All right, we're going to have Eddie give it a try right now. What do you think, Eddie?
It's very good.
Enough sausage and cheese for you in there?
Oh man, it's perfect. I mean, it's real good.
Well, you deserve it after all the work you did this morning.
Thanks.
All right, and thank you.
All right.
Enjoy, there's plenty more.
Cool.
Well, although the camera stopped rolling, Eddie did not stop eating, and he ended up eating half of the casserole, half of it. The rest is going to go in the refrigerator for later. He said multiple times how much he liked it and how good it was, so that made me feel happy. It also made me feel happy that it was such a cheap meal. Most everything I got at either the Dollar Tree or at Grocery Outlet. And you might have some of these things in your pantry already, so it's just really good. Anyway, so that's my 2 biscuit breakfast casserole. I hope you enjoyed this video and enjoy cooking it, and thank you so much for watching.